Welcome to ReFramed, the panel show that analyses all things disability in media. I'm Jason Climo.
And I'm Stephanie Dower, and let's meet our special guest for the day. First up, we have Jasper Peach, who is a trans, non-binary and disabled writer, speaker, and parent. Jasper published their first book, You'll Be a Wonderful Parent, in 2023, and have written for The Age, The Big Issue, and SBS, amongst many other things. Welcome, Jasper.
Many thanks.
Welcome, thanks for being here. Joining us today, we also have John O'Donnell, who is a disability advocate. As a person with an intellectual disability, he hosted All In on Channel 31 and is about to also start a new disability-themed radio show with Joy FM. That's amazing.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Thanks.
First up, let's spend some time getting to know both of our guests. So Jasper, my first question for you is, how do your personal experiences with disability inform which kinds of stories you tell?
I think about the people who don't have stories about us, and that's not all I do, but we're always woven through the tapestry of the storytelling because we're part of humanity, and it's really important to have that representation across the board in written work, in visual work, in parliament, in positions of power. It's really important that we are always part of the discussion.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Couldn't agree more. I want to ask about how, obviously, intersectionality is a big part of your story as a trans non-binary person and also someone living with disability and all the aspects of your identity. How do you feel like they interact or intersect to strengthen your creative practice?
I never run out of things to work on, that's for sure, whether it's written or sound waves. Most of my work is really just about having good conversation. Although I talk, it's mainly about listening and then elevating other voices, making sure that we're present in the forefront of people's minds.
I love that.
I love that. So succinct.
Yeah,
like
beautiful.
It's unusual.
It's almost like you're a writer.
Now over to John. My question for you, John, is what is one misconception that you want to change about having an intellectual disability?
So people think our intellectual people with disability that we are being in disability, that we are in group homes and we are in day services like shelter workshops. And I really want to change that. I want to push that we can be in media, that we can be in TV, we can be in anywhere in society, that we can be pushing barriers and hopefully open up different opportunities. Like hopefully someday we'll have a disability news presenter, probably in like who's Sunrise or in something like that. So and it'd be awesome, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully Channel 7, look out.
This guy.
This guy me.
Watch this space. Absolutely. I mean, you've kind of already answered this a little bit, but just going to a little bit further, why do you think it is so important for us to be a part of those conversations on TV and in radio?
It's because our voices are heard. And we're uplifted, and this will uplift us. I know when I first started radio and first started a radio program, it really made a difference in disability lives, and especially with Channel 31, I see it, my fellow comrades, that their confidence boosts because of it, and we know that each week that we're going through the radio and on TV, our confidence boosts, and each time we do it, we just get stronger.
That's brilliant.
And
absolutely.
our world is our oyster.
I love
So look
it.
out.
Yes, again, watch this space, right?
John's taking over.
All right, now it's time to test our guests' pop culture knowledge with Get Your Head in the Frame. All right, everyone, I'll be asking 4 multiple choice questions about pop culture and media. Now, please wait until I read out the responses, otherwise we get ahead of ourselves in this very exciting lightning round. All right, let's get started. Everyone, hands near buzzers. Question number 1. In 2011, Barack Obama appointed American actress and Down syndrome activist Lauren Potter to the Committee of People with Intellectual Disabilities. Potter is best known for playing a cheerleader on which TV series? Hold it. A. Glee, B. Riverdale, or C. iCarly? Oh, Jasper!
Oh, it's Glee.
You are correct.
I knew that.
Sorry, John. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I'm not a very nice person when there's competition.
I think this might be the most competitive round we've played. I love this.
I'll try and calm down.
No, I love it.
Bring it on.
Bring it on, yes. All right, everyone, question number 2. Which character did English actor Warwick Davis play in Harry Potter? A. Barty Crouch Jr., B. Dobby, or C. Griphook? Oh, Jason.
Griphook.
You are correct.
Ooh.
There you go. I've heard of Dobby. I've not heard of the other 2.
No, me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Look, this
This is not the time or place, but I could
Don't
give you
worry.
a real education.
All right. So let's do a tally. Jason won. Jasper won. John, this is your time. Time to shine. All right, everyone. Question number 3. Deaf U is a reality TV series featuring deaf students at which university? A. California Institute of Technology, B. Gallaudet University, or C. Princeton University?
Oh my God,
Jasper,
B.
you are correct.
Thank you. Yeah.
I was going to say, I've heard of the other 2. I've not heard of Gallaudet.
Gallaudet, I think.
Gallaudet.
I'm really bad at pronouncing words. Gallaudet, I'm not sure.
It's whatever we want it to be today.
Yeah, and that's really unfair because I used to be an Auslan interpreter. So
Oh, right.
I have some knowledge there. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Okay.
Don't apologize.
Okay.
You did the work. Yeah, no.
Exactly.
All right. Jasper, you're leading the pack here. This is your time to shine. I think you might, we'll see. See how we goes.
John could still get there. Maybe.
John could still get there.
Yeah.
Jason, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Fruit.
Okay, final question. Australian comedy series The Angus Project featured main character Angus with cerebral palsy, who was aspiring to which career? A. A doctor, B. A sports journalist, or C. A truck driver?
A news journalist.
Yep, you're correct.
Yes.
Hey, all right. Well, congrats everyone. What an awesome game of Get Your Head in the Frame. But obviously, biggest congrats to our overall champion, Jasper.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for playing.
Now it's time for show and talk. Both of our fantastic guests have brought a piece of media along with them, which includes disability representation on screen. So we're going to take a look and analyse these 2 pieces of media. Jasper,
Yeah.
what have you brought in for us?
Oh, it might be a bit triggering for anyone who has gone through a diagnosis situation. And what we're looking at is the first episode of House MD. Yeah.
Okay.
The screaming eyeballs say it all.
Yeah, literally. Okay, let's take a look.
I'm tired a lot.
Any other reason why you think you might have chronic fatigue syndrome?
It's kind of the definition, isn't it?
It's kind of the definition of getting older.
I had a couple headaches last month, mild fever. Sometimes I can't sleep and I have trouble concentrating.
Apparently not while researching this stuff on the internet.
I was thinking it also might be fibromyalgia.
Excellent diagnosis.
Is there anything for that?
Do you know, I think there just might be. I need 36 Vicodin change for $1. Exam room 2.
Dr. House, you have a patient. says he needs a refill.
Got change for $1?
Okay, so Jasper, what was it that made you bring House to our attention today?
Just thought it was a sparkling representation of what it is to face the medical system as someone who has dared to look into what might be happening in their own body, and then to be completely ridiculed by a bitch-ass jerk like Dr. House, who should know better. He has a disability, he's been through it, but because he's gone through the educational, I'm not going to say that word, but it's a what's it called, a revolving door for jerks, right? They beat the humanity out of people, and somehow, not all doctors, but not all doctors are like this, but so many that we face when we are at our darkest hour, when we are the sickest we've ever been, the most terrified, will pull a stunt like this and go, oh, I knew they were full of it. It's really devastating, and it makes me really mad, and it informs probably 60% of the work I do. And this was something I watched during the month when I first became disabled and would go on to get those diagnoses. And I had a lot of internalised ableism at that time and thought, oh, that is such a funny joke. And it took a long time to unravel that and look at who the real culprit in this situation is. It's not someone who's feeling like they need support and they need care. It's the
Bitch-ass jerk.
It's the bitch-ass jerk, which is, I mean, the healthcare system in America is devastatingly woeful, and I would hate to think what would have become of me if I lived there. But yeah, there's a lot of bitterness in practitioners.
Absolutely. It's a shame. I mean, obviously in, TV setting, it's used as like the butt of a joke, which is, unfortunate. And you're right. Yeah, bitch ass joke is a very good way to describe Dr. House.
Rolls off the tongue.
It does. It does. It really encapsulates his character. Yeah. But it is like, it's absolutely bringing to light, or should be bringing to light, a really serious issue when there's a disconnect between sort of that empathy that you need to find the support that you're seeking versus your experience as a person and seeking assistance and guidance as to where you're going with your own health journey. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, there's a whole discourse around also disability and the medical world. It's unfortunately something that I think a lot of us have faced over the years. I find it really fascinating. Like I had some health stuff a couple of years ago, and I found it really interesting that quite often like the medical world and disability world is lumped together because that's what people assume, like, oh, we're sick, we're always going to hospitals and that kind of thing, which is often, I know from my experience and I know others, not often the case. And so when you do face that world, I found it quite confronting that the medical world wasn't as adept at dealing with disability. I remember I was at a hospital and I asked where an accessible toilet was, and no one could answer me. I was like,
wow.
Wait, what? Like, should that not be the first thing that, And, I had doctors come in and I ended up having appendicitis, and they just take one look at your body that's different to the norm, and they're like, oh, I don't know how we're going to deal with that.
You're in the too hard basket.
Literally. It's like, where's that, I'm looking to you for your expertise. Where is that, John?
I have that experience. I'm just ready on the 19th. I'm just about ready for a surgery, and they looked in my palate because I've got a high palate, and they said, yours is not palate. It's not normal.
No.
We can't. You've got a high palate. We can't do you. We've got to push your case back because of your. We don't want you to cause you more disability that you've got.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
Offensive.
It's quite astounding.
No, and it is actually, so we instead of we're pushing you back to the week later, but still it's just.
Yeah, you're being pushed back in the queue. Yeah.
Because you're in the too hard basket, as you said. Yeah.
I think another element of that clip I really wanted to focus on is that there are a lot of invisible disabilities, and both of those conditions, fibromyalgia and ME/CFS, there's not a lot of testing that can be done to prove that they're happening. It's anecdotal, and when you're facing experts who come from a position of automatically, like Dr. House assumes that everyone lies, assumes they know better, assumes this person wants attention, or whatever hateful crap comes at us, whether overtly or covertly, it can be really difficult to find a way forward to live your life and just live the best life that you can with what you've got.
Well, again, you go seeking expertise, and if the experts can't help you, where do you go? So, yeah.
I mean, I've found within my own community, within the disabled community, that's where I'll go to for expertise or pathways to good specialists who have good politics.
And that's it. When you do find those good, because there are good doctors out there, there are definitely good ones out there, but once you find them, hang on to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
The only last thing I thought I'd quickly point out is that Dr. House obviously also has some lived experience of disability as well, whether he would identify that way or not sure. So I think it is really interesting because although community is often where we will go as a safe space, it's not always a safe space either.
No. Not every disabled person is lovely.
And we don't know.
Shockingly, I know.
I know.
We don't all have this one unanimous, uniform experience that we all share either. So we're all constantly learning from each other. And I think
100%.
the reason why it's a safe community is because a lot of us, not all of us, are always open and willing to learn from each other and respect each other. So
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to bring it back to House for one last second. I find it really interesting that House was created by David Shaw, same creator as The Good Doctor,
Oh, right.
which features an autistic doctor in it. We don't have time to go into too much detail around this, but I would love to know how that process came about. Like, how did he come up with both of those ideas? And he
Why
seems
is
to
he
be
so obsessed with us?
That's what I was going to say. Like, he seems to be very fascinated by us. Yeah. So,
secretly the whole world is though.
totally. We're a very fascinating bunch.
And generally
Anyway.
quite attractive.
Of course. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much, Jasper, for discussing House with us. And John.
What I brought in an awesome. I've got a friend who I've shared the World Commission journey with. So his name's Julie Cartwright, and he's made a documentary of himself following. Actually, so it was launched in 2019, and it was actually National Day of Disability. So it launched 5 years ago, and it has changed people's lives. It has changed obviously it's changed my life because I keep on watching it. If I'm feeling down or depressed, I put it on, and I get in trouble from Yuli. Said, stop watching it. You know off your heart. You know it off your heart because I love it so much. But yeah, like he's very. The movie is very, very good. The clip that I've actually picked it out, showing him in a very tough time. It was a clip that was in the middle of the film. That you actually go from a big, like a roller coaster, and the scene that I picked was a big down point in his life. So
All right. Well, let's take a look at that clip from Life is a Battlefield.
I'm kind of coping, kind of not coping, but like, I don't sleep. I took like a natural sleeping tablet last night and like a sedative to help me sleep, and I only slept like 4 hours. I turned around to my psychiatrist and I said I got two options. Either get help with whatever I need help with, which I don't know what I need help with. The first step in changing is to admit it. So yeah, more fighting for no reason. I hate confrontation. Like, you never know where help's gonna come from. Appreciate it. Because I could have no one. In my mind, I do have no one. And you know what? Some people think they have no one. But there are people there. You know what? When I had no one, I thought the last person to come to my rescue actually came to my rescue, and that was Michael. So when I had no one, he came in, we filmed, and we just got close ever since then, for some reason. I'm only as good as my team. I'm only as good as the people around me. Like, I literally flipped it. I had a massive breakdown 2 days ago. And that wasn't suicidal depression. That was, I hate everyone. This is my domain. This is my kingdom. And to be honest, this room is how messy my brain is at the moment. So I'm comfortable in this room somewhat. A little bit. It's a bit disturbing. But that's okay.
All right, such an interesting documentary. Tell us a bit about, I guess, what you want to discuss about it.
So it was, for me, and so it follows people with disabilities. So it was 5 years of his life. So you actually go through him getting offset trustees, him becoming more independent, and just different. Like, it's a really good watch. It's a good movie to watch it. It does push people with barriers, people with a disability. I know I get a bit pushed by it, but it does actually. It's a good film to educate for people with a disability, and also that people in politicians should watch it. Because it's very educational as well.
Yeah, I found it really fascinating, the style of documentary. It felt so intimate. Like, it felt like we opened Yuli's mind and we just got to see directly inside, which I think is really cool and not often able to be achieved through screens. It really was his story being told by his voice.
I've got another friend who's done a documentary, done Thomas Banks.
Oh yeah.
He did, and it's not like this depth.
No.
And I'm actually going to watch his space, and I say it out there. He has inspired me to make a documentary about my story.
Amazing.
So look out.
Yes.
Me and him were very, like, the same stories are very aligned to each other, and yeah, like it's I like to a lot of Yuli. And
I also found it really interesting, like, obviously it goes into detail around his disability and his struggles with, like, mental health and that, but I also found it interesting exploring his experience as a foster child. And he interviewed with his foster mum and talked about how, his relationship with his birth parents, and how that all was impacted by his medical conditions as a young child. So I thought that was a really, again, we got to see a bit more into his world and his experience, and yeah.
And also, especially when his own parents is impacted. Like, I don't have a really good relationship with my parents, but I do have good relationships with my interchange mum and dad. I have the best relationship with my interchange mum and dad than my own parents. My own parents can be a bit rocky at times, but I still love them, but yeah.
Family dynamics, they're complicated, right?
Very, very, very complicated.
Yes,
There's biological family and then there's logical family too.
Yeah.
And both are so valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that description, logical family. I think that, I've not heard that before. That's so good. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you both so much for bringing such interesting discussions to the table. I enjoyed really both of those, so thank you. Before we wrap up, we're going to give our audience at home some speedy suggestions. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around to each of the panelists and we're going to ask each of them to recommend something perhaps in the media that represents disability in a positive light, or it could be something like an app, a book, or maybe it's just like a tip or a hack from your day-to-day life. So, all right, John, we might start with you. What is your speedy suggestion?
My speedy suggestion is look at All In. All In is on channel 31. But at the moment, it's actually going to be on community TV. It is very much representative of disability in the media. So look out, people in the media space, you need to be looking at this. It's 5 weeks of disability, but disability I'm talking of different topics.
All right, thanks, John. Jasper?
I'm going to recommend a podcast. It's called Emsolation, and you can find it on YouTube or Spotify. But YouTube is great if you can watch things because it's very brightly coloured. It's a bit like the inside of my brain. Em is, and Emsolators will know this spiel, a writer, a singer, a stand-up comedian, a maximalist power queen, a neurodivergent magic brain, and a podcaster. But we know her from season 2 of Australian Idol. One of my special interests. If you remember, Dicko told her she looked like Pauline Hanson and then she was basically robbed. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, went on to do Breakfast Radio, a whole bunch of stuff. But we might also know her from speaking at the National Press Club about the ADHD crisis, where there is not enough support for people to seek diagnosis and treatment. And her podcast is it's a very inclusive, wonderful, soothing brain moment.
Is this Em Rusciano?
Em Rusciano.
Yes, I saw her press club talk and oh my goodness, that was so good. Yeah.
And there's things that needed to be said.
Yeah.
And I just love her. She's a full diva,
Very
awesome
impressive.
queen. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, her wicked interview.
Oh my God, I know.
I almost died watching it.
Yeah. I mean, RIP, both of us.
Yes.
Anyway, Jason?
Mine isn't, well, it is a suggestion, but it's basically I'm just going to tell you all at home to go Google what universal design is and start actually talking more about it. And if you are the type of person that works in a job where you are designing things, start implementing the principles around it into your work.
Yeah, absolutely. Universal design is one of those things that it's not purely designed for people with disabilities, but it's literally universal. It helps every single person out there. So if you work those into your design, whatever it may be, it means that everyone's going to be able to access your thing. So yeah, amazing. Cool. Well, my speedy suggestion is a book. It is by Hannah Divany. It's called I'll Let Myself In, and it is, if you've ever met Hannah or if you've ever seen her speak anywhere, the book is exactly how she talks and how she is. It is very, very on point and very, as a young, particularly young woman, reading it as someone with disability, it is very, very relevant to my own experience, and I'm sure lots of other people's experiences out there. So yes, definitely check that out. I'll Let Myself In by Hannah Divany.
Brilliant. Awesome. Well, thank you both for being here. Jasper, John, this was so much fun. And Steph, thank you for being my amazing co-host. But before we do say goodbye, where can people find you online, book you for work, connect with you? John?
So for me, it's Joy FM. This summer, I'm going to be on radio. So you can get onto me on the app, Joy FM app.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Good luck with it all.
Yeah.
And Jasper?
Oh, I just needed to pick this up. This is my book, came out last year. I'd like to write more books if there are publishers watching this, but you can find me jasperpeach.com.au.
I love it. Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for bringing not just show and talk, but show and tell.
You brought a prop.
I
did.
love
Not
it.
a prop. You
Yeah.
brought your book.
Yeah, got the friendly banana. Yeah,
So cute. I love how colourful it is as well.
yeah. Thank you. Me too.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much again. That's it for this episode. Be sure to check us out on social media, and until next time, bye.
Bye.